So many lives lost because of one man, because of the secrets it holds. A blasphemous reporter who had no faith in ancient places. Stingy Jacek, who sold the manuscript against Bateman's will. Impatient engineers who caused a cave-in and injured Bateman. And Burke. That vain, arrogant Burke who made others' achievements his own. And the fifth victim, whose despair will help Bateman finish his monstrous ritual. The curtain is closing, Laura. The show is about to end.
Bob's Motel, the place where Bateman's fiancée died, and where he will probably try to bring her back to life. I won't allow that. The time of cat and mouse games is over. It must end here and now.
Tak tady se to všechno stalo. A jemu chybí poslední oběť, která symbolizuje poslední věc. Jo, finále. Jsem na místě, nedaleko Tijuany, v Mexiku. Přede mnou stojí starý motel, ve kterém Bateman přišel o svou ženu a kde se jí teď zřejmě pokusí přivést zpět k životu. Je to místo, kde už snad konečně zjistím, jakou roli v tom hraje Max. Vypadá to, že se opravdu schyluje k něčemu velkému. Zvedá se silný vítr a divoká rozervaná obloha vypadá jak z jiného světa. Je čas jít. To tedy ano. A taky bychom si měli ukázat, že poslední kapitola, právě tato, už neobsahuje žádné body. Zkrátka, tohle už bude jinačejší. Nově u sebe máme taky bouchačku.
To get a gun in Tijuana wasn't difficult. I cleaned it and tried it out just to be sure. It could cost me dearly if it got jammed.
Jo, to už něco pamatuje. Ale dost možná nám může zachránit život. OK, pojďme to tady prozkoumat a zkusit najít Batemana. Tímhle jsme přijeli.
I had to get here as fast as possible. It would be stupid to rent some piece of junk only to have it break down in the middle of nowhere.
A pak je tu ještě jedno auto. To by mohl být Bateman.
The engine is still warm. Someone arrived not long before me. Bateman?
Otázkou ale je, kde se tady vlastně ubytoval. Mimochodem, jako ten motel nevypadá zrovna dobře. Vypadá to, že svý nejlepší léta už má dávno za sebou, pokud vůbec někdy nějaký měl. Je tu ale několik pokojů.
I have to be careful. If Bateman is already here, I can't let him surprise me. If I make a mistake, it will be the end. No one will help me here.
Jo, tady je 22. Počkat, tady vedle je taky 22. To je nějaký divný, ne?
Door to one of the rooms, with a lock. I don't hear anything from inside.
Asi to bude jednička. No ale v každém případě, kdo ví, jestli je Bateman zrovna tam.
I can't just open the door. Bateman would hear it if he's there. I assume he's armed. I have to be sure which room Bateman is in.
Možná bychom se tam mohli podívat oknem.
The room is dark. I don't see anyone inside. I don't know how I should open it, or at least not without making any noise.
Je tam tma, možná proto, že je to prázdný, možná taky proto, že se tam Bateman schovává. A úplně stejný to bude nejspíš tady u těch druhých dveří.
I'd better let the door be. If he's there, he'll hear me coming in. I don't know how I should open it, or at least not without making any noise. The room is dark. I don't see anyone inside.
I tam je tma. Tohle nám moc nepomůže. Podíváme se nahoru, tam jsou další pokoje. To je další... Ne, počkat. To je 6, akorát v obráceně. Ne, teda jako... 6 je to takhle normálně. Je to přišlo jako obrácená 2 chvílema. Ale tohle je pokoj 26. To znamená, že vedle asi bude 27. Jasně.
The room is dark. I don't see anyone inside.
Jenomže je úplně stejný příběh jako s pokojem tam dole. Nemůžeme tam, ale oknem tam není nic vidět. Ale je tu nějaký nářadí.
It seems someone tried to repair the door here. I'll borrow the screwdriver.
Jo, červený šroubováček.
Common screwdriver. It looks new.
A zdá se, že je to jediná nová věc tady v tom motelu. Měli bychom si ji vážit. A hlavně se moc neopírat o to zábradlí tam. Tak tohle je ale taky 22. Ty čísla jsou nějaký divný. Asi to má být 7, no ale já prostě jako... No nic, tak je tam Bateman.
The room is dark. I don't see anyone inside.
A zase, jako vždycky vidíme jenom tmu, jinak nic. Pak je tu ještě jeden pokoj. No, tak tohle to konečně poznám. To je číslo 20 a sněhulák. 28.
The room is dark. I don't see anyone inside.
Bateman musí být v jednom z těch pokojů. No vlastně taky nemusí. Kdo ví, kde je. Ale měli bychom si dávat pozor. A pak je ještě jeden pokoj tady. Tohle je 23.
The shades in the window are drawn. One piece is ripped out at the top, but it's too high for me to look inside.
Hele, to je divný. Tyhle ty žaluzie jako jediné jsou stažené dolů. Jakoby nikdo neměl vidět dovnitř. Jakoby tam někdo byl a schovával se. Možná je Bateman právě tam. Ale chtělo by to mít jistotu.
I can't just open the door. Bateman would hear it if he's there. I assume he's armed. I have to be sure which room Bateman is in.
Přesně, přesně. No nic, podíváme se, co tu je dál.
Yes?
Lara, I have news for you. Wherever you are, you better sit down.
Near Tijuana, at Bob's motel.
What? What are you doing in Mexico?
He is here, Diego. And I'm not going to let him escape this time.
Wait, for Christ's sake. I'll make some calls and have some backup sent over to you. Don't do anything on your own.
No, this won't wait. And Diego? Thank you.
Lara, listen, damn it, I had a call today.
Don't smoke. Judging by all the butts lying around here, they have a really specific sense of humor.
Vypadá to, že Bob na to moc nedá.
There's some food in it. God only knows how often they replace it.
Jo, taky tam to jídlo může být už půl roku. To bych asi neriskoval. Tentokrát žádný nakupování z automatu.
The last entry is 4 days old. One Alejandro Munoz and his wife. Actually, I didn't expect Bateman to sign in here.
Jo. A pokud se sem náhodou zapsal, tak hádám, že pod jiným jménem.
Some kind of Mexican beer. I don't recall seeing this before, but that doesn't mean a thing. I'm really not into beer anyway. However, I can name a couple of good Mexican wines.
Jo, mexická vína, až na to, že tady je jenom to pivo.
There's nothing like a good cigarette a few steps away from a gas station. Common household matches can be bought almost everywhere. I'll take those matches. Maybe I will need a light somewhere.
Jo, třeba nám nějak pomůžou. Docela pěkný opěradlo a sedák na tak mizernou židli.
Old, worn, but quality leather. Evidently this armchair could tell many stories. This really isn't the time or place to relax.
Jo, žádný vysedávání. Podíváme se na ty sirky.
Those matches were made here in Mexico. There are a lot left.
Pravý mexický sirky. Já teda nevím, čím se liší od těch ostatních, no ale v každém případě doufejme, že budou fungovat. A tady je ta pumpa.
Bob has two problems. No imagination at all and quite bad judgment on where to open a shop. Or he's a hermit.
No, tak se mi zdá, že tenhle ten brouček už má dost.
This surely wouldn't go anywhere, even if someone filled up the whole tank.
Teda. To vypadá, že někdo sem přijel, chtěl natankovat a pak zjistil, že ani tím to nebude. No jo. Tak já nevím, tak co bychom s tou kraksnou mohli dělat? Možná to zrcátko by se nám šiklo.
The driving mirror has almost fallen off. No wonder. Almost nothing is holding in place on this wreck. Just what I needed. And the owner of this car probably won't be angry with me.
Takový zrcátko se může hodit. No a tady je pumpa, ovšem.
A long hose is attached to the stand, but it's damaged. That's why the stand is out of order, if I understand well the contents of that sign.
Je to nějaký rozbitý.
No idea why I would do that.
Ale na druhou stranu si říkám, že bychom možná tu hadici dokázali nějak využít. Pojďme ji sundat.
It was easy to detach the hose, but it has a long fissure in it. I don't know of what use it could be to me in such a state.
Možná ještě smrdí po benzínu. Každopádně je naše.
A long hose with a long deep fissure.
Jo, tady je.
There's a long deep fissure in the hose. It's no surprise it wasn't in use. No idea why I would do that.
Tak to nám asi moc platný nebude. Akorát ty svorky tady, ty vypadají celkem nově.
I left loose clamps on both ends of the hose. I'll keep them on the hose. Without them I wouldn't be able to attach it anywhere.
Jo, nebudeme je brát. No a pak máme ještě to zrcátko.
I took this mirror off the car wreck standing by the gas station. Surprisingly, it doesn't even have a crack.
No, jako, ne, že by toho dokázalo zrcadlit kdo ví jak moc, jo. Vidím tam akorát určitý odlesk, ale jinak nic. No ovšem, Adam, že by nám mohlo pomoct. Akorát ještě nevím přesně k čemu. Co tu je dál? Tady vedle je nějaká dodávka.
A man's body. Even in such heat, it hasn't started to decay. It's not been lying here for long. Without a doubt, it's Bateman's work. Poor guy. He probably just got in his way.
Zatraceně, ten chlap je mrtvej.
I'd rather not examine him, but it looks like he was killed by a single shot. So no knife, no ritual. It seems Bateman is in a hurry.
Možná to je právě Bob. No jo, třeba Bateman neměl peníze na zaplacení motelu. A nebo chtěl více soukromí. Tak jsem prostě přijel a Boba odprásk. Tohle vypadá jako svářečka.
I have no idea what that poor guy wanted to weld here, but it's not going to happen now. I don't see anything that needs welding here in the car, and I can't drag those bottles anywhere else. The welding torch is connected to gas bottles with a short hose.
Hadice, podobná jako máme my od té pumpy.
No idea why I would do that. This valve controls the acetylene outlet from the bottle. What am I to weld? I can't reach anywhere with the hose so short. This valve controls the bottle's gas flow. According to the tag, it's pure oxygen. I don't see anything that needs welding here in the car, and I can't drag those bottles anywhere else.
Jo. Trocha acetylenu, hodně kyslíku a už to jede. Ovšem zdá se mi, že tady Bob, pokud je to opravdu on, ten už kyslík potřebovat nebude.
Whirling dust, dark rolling clouds and lightning flashes in the distance. Something is coming and it's going to be big. At least I know Bateman is somewhere near. He's not likely to go anywhere in such weather.
Ten pohled do dály je prostě zvláštní. Jako bychom tady byli na okraji světa. A ta strašná bouřka, to je taky síla. Je tu nějaký poutač.
This whole construction is really rusty and held by a single anchor cable. Luckily in the same direction as the wind that's blowing into it.
Jediný kotevní lanko. Tamhle.
Were it not for that steel cable, wind would have torn the sign down long ago. What should I do with that? Climb it? No thank you.
No, radši ne.
This thing probably won't stay here for long. Some of its parts have already abandoned their struggle with gravity.
Říkám si, že kdyby se to nějak přerušilo, to lanko, tak to prostě spadne a rovnou nám na hlavu. To by nebylo dobré. Měli bychom vykoumat, jak teďka zjistíme, kde je Bateman. Jo, ten nápad podívat se dovnitř se zrcátkem podle mě není špatný.
I don't think that would be of any use.
Ale pravdou je, že tady u těch ostatních oken jsou ty žaluzie prostě stažený dolů, jenom částečně, a dole je mezera, takže my tam prostě vidíme. A to platí u všech pokojů s výjimkou jednoho jediného, a to je 23 tamhle na boku baráku. Právě tady a jedině tady by nám to zrcátko mohlo pomoci podívat se dovnitř už k Vírou nahoře.
It's Bateman. I can see him. It's quite dark there. He probably has only a candle lit. He's leaning against a wall with his hands and forehead. And he's holding a gun. Damn! Damn, the mirror fell out of the frame and broke. Did he hear it? I should presume so. He has a gun and he knows someone is here. What now?
Kruci, tak to se nám teda povedlo.
Bateman is inside, armed and alone. I have to get to him and stay alive. But how?
Takže on tam jako stojí s bouchačkou v ruce a rukama a hlavou se opírá o zeď. Říkám si jako, já nevím, asi je unavený. A nebo se snaží tu zeď podpírat, aby náhodou nespadla.
I have to presume he heard the mirror breaking and he's alert. He has a gun and if I just try to enter, I'm dead. Bateman is behind that door and he probably knows someone is here.
Tak já už vím, co uděláme. Jdeme na to, vlítneme tam s naší bouchačkou.
Shoot the lock, dash in, and get shot by Bateman, who would be expecting me. No, that won't work. I need to do something faster, more fierce.
Jo, to je zbytečně riskantní. Ty střepy ze zrcátka,
Shards from that damn mirror. I'll take a shard.
Třeba by se nám ještě mohli hodit. Takový střep bude pěkně ostrej.
The mirror shard isn't very sharp, But that's not to say I couldn't cut myself with it.
No jo. Zase tak ostrý není, ale možná... Napadá mě... Podívejte na ten poutač. A směr větru.
If I released this cable, the wind would most likely knock down the sign so that it smashes the wall of Bateman's room. This would definitely make the sign collapse, but the cable is steel.
Přesně, přesně. Poutač spadne přímo na jeho pokoj. Možná ho to dokonce rozmáčkne, to by bylo bezva. A nebo ho to poděsí natolik, že vyběhne ven, ale tam už budeme my připravení s naší bouchačkou. Je to bezvadný nápad. Teď jenom to nějak zrealizovat. Naštěstí máme ten střep.
With a shard of glass? A steel cable? Come on.
No jo, no, tak to víte, no, byl to jenom takovej nápad. Jo, kdybychom tady měli čelisti z Jamese Bonda, tak ten by to překousnul a bylo by to, ale asi to nebudeme zkoušet jako on a vymyslíme něco jiného. A co tamhle to křesílko? Tak, možná, že pomocí toho střepu bychom mohli úplně v klidu trochu té kůže vyříznout.
I'll cut a piece of that leather. This is exactly the material I could use. I've cut a piece of leather from the armchair. I don't usually damage what doesn't belong to me, but there's no time for scruples now. I don't think I need any more of the leather.
Jo, a navíc, víte, tady u té pumpy je to už tak zničený, že... ta zničená židle se alespoň lépe zapadne. Ale o co mi jde? Tím, že máme tuhletu koženku...
It's hard to tell what color this used to be. The strong Mexican sun has already done a lot to it.
Tak bychom mohli začít pracovat na tom, abychom nějak opravili tu dlouhou hadici. Protože my nedokážeme to ocelový lanko zlikvidovat jaksi střepem ani zubama ne, ale tady je ta svářička. Jenomže nevýhoda je v tom, že tahleta hadička je prostě strašně krátká. Možná bychom ji ale mohli sundat a nahradit tou dlouhou.
I'll detach the hose. It's too short, and the welding torch can't be moved anywhere with it.
Tak. A máme krátkou hadici.
I've detached this hose from the welding torch. It was attached to two clamps, which now are loose.
Jenomže výhoda této hadice je v tom, že nemá díru. Zatímco ta druhá sice je dlouhá, ale ta díru má. Ovšem ty svorky bychom z toho mohli taky sundat.
The short hose was attached with clamps. The clamp is loose. I'll just take it.
To bychom měli jednu.
A clamp is still on the hose.
Jo, no, všiml jsem si. Ještě je tu jedna.
And here comes the second clamp. I'll throw the hose away. I don't need it anymore.
Tak, a máme dvě krásné svorky.
This is the clamp I removed from the hose.
Vypadají bezvadně.
This is the clamp I removed from the hose.
Jo, jedna jako druhá. Tak. My bychom tam teďka mohli dát tu dlouhou hadici, jenomže...
It's no use to attach this hose. The gas would just leak through the fissure.
To víte, no, prostě ten plyn by utek ven. Takže takhle to nepůjde.
If a hose is attached, both gases flow through here. No idea why I would do that. I've detached the hose from the welding torch. When not connected to the ignitable mixture source, the welding torch is useless.
To bych řekl. Nejprve to musíme nějak opravit. No. A i když se nabízí asi několik různých možností, jo? Že bychom to něčím zalepili, nebo že bychom to rozřízli a potom spojili tou svorkou. Jenomže zdá se, že v našem případě přichází v úvahu jenom jedna jediná možnost a to použít záplatu. Pojďme tam dát tu koženku.
If I fasten the leather well, maybe it will work. I've put a piece of leather over the crack. I doubt, though, that it will stick there. No idea why I would do that.
No, jako takhle to tam asi držet nebude, ale to nevadí, my to spravíme.
The leather is partially fastened on the hose, but it probably won't be enough.
Pořád to není ono, tak ještě jednu.
Now it should hold well.
No, já teda jako mezi náma, jo, já si nejsem úplně jistý, jestli by to opravdu zabralo. Přijde mi, že by pořád alespoň trocha toho plynu unikala. Ale snad to bude stačit.
The leather covers the crack and is tightly fixed to the hose. The hose should be fixed now.
OK. Dejme tomu, že už je to spravený a teďka...
The fissure is fixed. Now I can use the hose with the welding torch.
Skvělý. A můžeme jít na to.
It's not perfect, but it should prevent any leakage. I first need to firmly connect the hose before I can carry the welding torch around.
Jo, to je pravda. Ještě by to chtělo tu hadici přišroubovat. Mimochodem, kdybychom jako chtěli, tak si ji můžeme opět vzít k sobě.
I should take the hose back.
Ale už na ní opravdu není co více spravovat.
The fissure is fixed. Now I can use the hose with the welding torch. Now only to attach it properly to the gas inflow and to the burner. I definitely don't want the gas leaking anywhere.
No, a je to.
The welding torch is connected to gas bottles with a long hose.
Ani se mi nechce věřit, že se nám to povedlo, ale je to tak.
That welding torch could possibly solve my problems. I'll keep it in mind.
Tady ji máme.
The welding torch hose is long enough for me to take it anywhere I need to.
No, a půjdeme se věnovat tomu poutači. Ta hadice by bez problému měla dosáhnout až k němu.
I'll move the welding torch next to the anchor cable.
The torch's nozzle is aimed at the cable holding the neon sign.
No idea why I would do that.
No a teď to zapálíme.
The welding torch just won't fire up. Something's not right with it.
To je divný. Čím to asi bude? Asi je to tím, že nám tam nejde žádný plyn. Protože ventilky na těch bombách jsou utažený. Takže to povolíme.
The acetylene feed is now open. Oxygen is flowing into the hose.
No, doufejme, že to takhle bude stačit. No, tak teď to bude velký.
While the burner melts the cable, I can move near the door, and as soon as the sign falls down, I'll rush in there and surprise him. After this crashes, he's going to be disoriented for a while. Oh God, let this work. Let's do it.
Drop the gun. Now! You're really a no-hoper. You know that? Ah! So what are we gonna do with it? So you know, Laura, what love means. True, unfailing, eternal love? That wound of yours, lethal, by the way. There are things which hurt much, much more. But they only hurt those for whom love is more than an empty word.
Yes, I know.
What could you possibly know? You know nothing. That I killed? So what? Even that's love. What is the life of a stranger worth compared to it? I killed 6 and I would kill 1,000. I would kill everyone if I have to. An empty, dead world with only her and me in it.
That's not love, that's madness.
They died so that she may live. And now I must die too. You don't fear for me, do you? It won't take long. My sacrifice will complete the ritual, and the angel of death will have to obey me. He will bring me back. But what's most important, Lara, she will return with me. We're going to be together again. All is going to be just like it was before. But there is one last step to be taken. Let's finish it, Lara. What's going to happen now is not for your eyes.
It's not going to be easy, though. Letting yourself be carried away by destiny requires courage as well. You'll have to take a great step into the unknown.
I'm not afraid. I believe in Max, in our love, that we will be together again. Nothing else matters.
Now you'll take him away? But he will kill her. This is the good end you've promised me? That's why I fought him so much? Forced him to leave trails behind him? And moreover, in such a way he didn't realize what he was doing? That's why I had to look through his eyes at all those atrocities he committed? To see her die now? Nothing more? You shouldn't have stolen my soul, there under that cliff. You should have let me die, or bring me back, together with my body. But this? And all just because we were both at the brink of death at the very same moment. I was below the cliffs, he was caught in the cave-in below Mission Street. Don't play saint with me. You did it because of yourself. Not because of me. You're afraid of him. But why? Even if he managed to resurrect Beatrice, why would anyone care? But how? What? Wait, you want me to... And if I do it, will she live? Will we be together then? Even if it was for a single day, it's worth it.
And then there was nothing but darkness around me.
If Diego didn't mobilize half of the Tijuana police department, you would have stayed in that darkness forever. You should have waited. As always, you acted recklessly.
I escaped that house arrest, remember? What difference does it make whether I stuck to some rules afterwards?
Well, about that, I was wrong, Lara. The investigation of your actions didn't prove any sanctionable error. Yes, often you were on the edge. But let's not beat around the bush. You even fell off a few times. But you have results.
So,
and you better savor this moment because it won't happen again. I do apologize. I'll even have you promoted.
What should I do with them?
Put them to rest. It's time to go to sleep. For them. And for me.
Don't say that.
In the night I heard his wings. He is near. He may be as well standing somewhere right here at this very moment.
But it doesn't have to be that way. Use the manuscript, that ritual.
No. There is too much darkness in it. Too much blood would have to be shed. Such a price. Jabali would be high. Too high.
Don't be so stubborn, Lara. You're bound by things beyond your understanding. Don't fight it. Yield to it.
Never. I have always relied on my reason and my abilities, not on faith. As long as I breathe, until my heart stops beating, I will look for him. I will fight. And then... darkness. Nothing but darkness.
So the arrival of a special police team or your transportation to the hospital, you don't recall any of that?
No. And Amanda, thanks for listening to me.
Listening is my job. And that story of yours, you could have died, you know that?
I was lucky.
The medical record even says you're... Atherton. Great. She'll be glad. Sure. I won't tell her you called. Jimenez, he's been asking about you every day.
I won't tell her you called? What did that mean?
He cares about you. Probably more than he's willing to show.
He's great. I know, but you too. That's why... I brought Max to you for therapy then.
You probably guess he's the reason I'm here now. Some parts of your story were disturbing. That the serial killer left messages and symbols only Max could had known.
But I don't believe that Max was Bateman. Or else I wouldn't have killed him, would I?
And the Angel of Death? That's a bit too much.
But I've seen her. I've spoken with her. I know some things directly from her.
Lara, listen. While it's unusual for a patient to create a person inside their own head and then consider it a real living person, it's not unheard of. Max told you about the Angel of Death, and you've created him inside your head. You were alone. You missed Max's helping hand, so you created someone to talk to. Someone that would help you. It's logical that no one else could see him.
So, I'm crazy? No, I don't believe that.
I didn't say that. In your case, it's not a steady state. Even now you feel it doesn't make sense, don't you?
But...
Well, it will be best to tell this straight. I've checked some things. Jimenez helped me with it. That Shihan you cooperated with in China, she actually never worked for the FBI. She committed suicide. The FBI also checked the shaft on Mission Street where those dead bodies were found. They didn't find anything on the walls there. No writing, no sign, not even the remains of something erased. I've seen police photos from that Chinese restaurant. There was no writing on the freezer door. And Bateman? He was unsuccessfully undergoing medical treatment for dissociative identity disorder. He wanted to run away, and he wanted to get caught at the same time. That's why the clues were so confusing. Shall I continue?
But Kira, she was so real.
So tell me, what did she look like?
Wait, now that you mention it...
Let me guess. You can't recollect her appearance, or you've given her the first face that occurred to you. Until one particular moment, everything was real. That painting in the church underground contained some random connection with two of Max's paintings. And it was in that moment that your mind, wanting to get Max back so much, started creating its own world.
I don't know. I need time to think about it.
Well, I should go. I think you have another visitor. I'll come tomorrow. Doctor, she's yours.
Why have you come? I won't argue with you anymore.
Well, maybe this time we will agree. I'd like to apologize and say that as far as professional matters are concerned, you did an excellent job. You're getting promoted.
What about them?
Put them to rest. It's time to go to sleep. For them. And for me.
That book, is it true? Does it tell how to live forever? How to bring someone back to life?
You can't believe all what they say.
But you said we had to hide it.
That book isn't dangerous because of what it contains. It's because of what people think it contains. What they are capable of doing to get it.
Well, it is safe in here.
Yes, Jabali. It better be.